Okay, so good morning, everyone. So this is actually officially day one for our 4 months journey or training. So most of you, I guess, already joined our earlier session on like high level discussion with Joel Bhai and I yesterday and also last week. That was like very much a big picture that what you are doing next 4 months. Also, if you are not talking, please mute yourself so that the recording will be clear, and when I will share the recordings, everybody will be benefited. Um, so I see already most of you already joined, so I can continue. So as you know, today will be two sequential session, right? First 1.5 hours will be one session, then we will go for 30 minutes break for lunch, anything you want to do, these 30 minutes, and then come back and continue. And then 1 o'clock to 2:30, we have second half of the class. So during today's session, there are several topics I will start and try to cover. Uh, for next actually 2 to 3 weeks, there will be a lot of fundamentals you'll be learning. Fundamentals means anything related to QA job, anything related to QA uh, role and course, anything, right? Topics. Uh, those fundamentals will be very, very important because end of the day, you need a job. End of the day, you will face some interviews, and during the interviews, uh, the expectation will be those stuff. Actual picture when you work, right? uh, so those picture will be coming from your lesson learning from us, practice tools in the future, and homework and projects and participation. Also, we will be always open to give your answer. Joel Bhai and I will be creating a new group actually for help chat group, WhatsApp group. Any of our students will be added there. So you can actually ask question anytime, and anybody know the answer, they will give the answer immediately. So that will be from, I think, from tomorrow, we'll be creating a chat and we'll include everyone who's supposed to be inside the group. So today's topic, you already have some kind of idea that what is QA, uh, what you are doing actually as a QA professional, some idea, right? Uh, and the roles and responsibility, a little bit of high level summary we described already. But from today, we will go through more details sequentially, and you will know what exactly you are diving in, actually, what exactly you are going for. So you are doing the course QA. Maybe you heard this is a good opportunity, it's a good uh, money after short course. But a lot of you may be still confused, okay, what we will be doing at work actually, and how this opportunity coming to the picture, how this is related to your goal. So this lot of information you will know over time, and today I will try to give some clear picture that where QA's responsibility opportunity coming, and how this is very, very beneficial for anyone who is not from like computer science background or anything IT background. This is one of the easiest and fastest way to get involved in IT industry and get the respect similar to anyone else like a developer or project manager, because you will be part of team and everybody will be equal in the team, and your voice will be equally important like a product owner or developer's voice. And in fact, your role will be even in higher than actually a developer's role, right? So developer will be building something and you will be approving this developer's job, his or her, right? Whoever is the developer, they are giving the stuff to you and saying that, okay, can you please check if I did right thing? Can you check if the requirement or customer's demand fulfilled or not? So basically you are checking developer's product or developer's code or whatever development team built, and you are checking as a user. For example, I'm using Facebook. I'm a user of Facebook. So you will be testing everything developers build as a user, and then you will find the issues and you will just report it. If you find an issue, you will say developer, okay, I found this issue, fix it. They will fix it. And then they will give you back again, you will test it, and then you will check if they fixed it or not. This is the process. So basically you are approving their job, and then it is going to product owner, and then product owner approving your job, and then it is going to market, means to the public. You, I, anyone use something, some product like Facebook, Amazon, or Chase Bank, Macy's.com, Udemy, eBay.com, anything, right? Or any online based application. So now my original question, how this opportunity is coming to the picture. Uh, Anyone, if you have any question, just unmute yourself and ask the question. But first few class, as I said, will be very, very straightforward and very much fundamental from the scratch. But you have to know those topics or concepts because they are very important for interview end of the day. Okay, coming back to the topic again. So as you already know that some idea about QA's role, right? There are different type of industry in the market, right? Financial industry, airline industry, insurance, right? Healthcare, e-commerce, entertainment, a lot of industry. And each of these industry have some kind of online portal, right? Some kind of online portal. You buy a ticket to go to maybe Mexico or Canada or somewhere in Europe. Nowadays, nobody actually goes to some physical store and buy a ticket. Still people buy, maybe 5% still buy, go to some airline company physical location and buy ticket. But from my experience nowadays, 90% people is buying tickets online, especially local domestic airlines, they buy from online. Same thing, right? Now, if you do grocery like Amazon, right? They don't have a physical store. You always use some kind of apps or online based application or online website, Amazon.com, and buy something, pay through your credit card, debit card, or Amazon card. You see that everything is online based nowadays. And your QA role is coming to the picture in these online based all the products, anything online based, anything IT related, software related, anything related to software, that is your software quality assurance job, where you will be working in. Every industry has QA, right? Non-software, for example, agriculture, right, has QA. If you work in some kind of like shoe factory, they have also QA. So QA is a general term, but we are targeting software QA. This is not regular QA, is anything related to IT industry or software related testing. So now how these jobs are opening actually. Now you are a customer, you are thinking that you have a factory, um, garment factory, for example. You build a lot of product, like for example, parts, shoe, uh, ladies parts, uh, dress, all of stuff, right? So now you decided that, okay, uh, so nowadays everybody is doing business through online. I want also a website for me, for my organization or my company, where people can see the product, and also where people can actually order and they can also pay. So you just decided to go to some IT company where they actually build stuff, they provide all the services. So now you are kind of product owner here, right? So you are the owner of this product. So you will be funding, you will be giving money to some group, some company, and that company has all the people, development team or other team, who will take care of the requirement or you demand, right? Whatever your demand has, they will take care. But you have to give the details, what exactly you want. So now you says that, okay, I want one website where all my product will be displayed with price listed, and people can communicate with us. There will be chat, there is a login function, there is a payment option, all this stuff. Now you are going to some XYZ company and their IT consultancy group or IT group, and they are building that website for you. You are the product owner. So now that company created it. So they have your requirement, and this requirement is building a shopping cart or shopping website. So your project, this is a project actually. So your product is the website, and now the company will create a project, because to building this website, they need a project and a project team. So project means to building from scratch all the necessary steps you need, uh, gathering all the requirements, details, what you need, everybody's roles, responsibility, distribution to their tasks, monitoring their tasks, right? Reporting everything, all the meetings, day-to-day meetings, and the timeline, right? All the timelines you are deciding, okay, you need this product in 6 months or 2 months or 3 months, depending on this, right? So now your XYZ, that IT company, have your project planning ready, and now they need some people. They need maybe 3 QA, 5 developer, 1 product project manager, 1 business analyst, 1 QA manager. See that, like 7 or 8 people they need. Now they are opening this role in their company through HR. So these 3 QA they decided, okay, we will hire these 3 QA through third party. We are not hiring directly with the company. Third party means they will be, okay, if the project is 12 months long or 6 months long, this will be like a contract. So they don't want full-time people. They want somebody, some QA group or some group of team who will work this 12 months or 6 months, and then project is over and their contract is over. So they will have a budget. For example, for QA, they decided, okay, we have expense for QA 300,000 per year, or for this 6 months. So now what happened? They will hire maybe 3 QA, right? 2 manual, 1 automation, for example. So they will pay, for example, to the manual 90 and 90, 180K, right? and another 120K, they will give automation QA. So because automation QA usually get like a little bit more than manual QA, always. So you see that budgeting, how this industry is creating job and then hiring new QA. Similarly, a lot of other company will be hiring maybe full-time QA. Their company has a lot of work to do, but they have only one QA, for example, but they need at least 2 more QA. So now they are communicating with HR, they're approving the budget. So there is a lot of approval. Just this is not like one day job. So they have to prove that the company, your QA manager need to prove that, okay, we need more people, we need more QA. We have too much job, we have so much tasks, and 1 or 2 QA cannot do that. So now there is a process where like you will report to your reporting manager, then it will go to CTO, Chief Technology Officer, then CTO will communicate with maybe CEO or hiring managers and hiring team, and then the HR team, or then the role will be open to the market, and then you will see some job portal, for example, Dice, LinkedIn, Monster, or some other job portal that, okay, this company is looking for 2 QA. After this bill is approved, the budget, basically all the company make sure that their budgets approved, they have enough money to pay, then they open the role. So, and nowadays, as you know, Jewel Bhai also explained, your company's reputation is very much dependent on QA guys also, right? If you build a product and then it goes to market and it doesn't work, you are not only losing money, people will have no trust on your company. It's a trust, reputation, right? A lot of things. Plus, people can die also, as you know from previous classes. You also heard that a lot of like China Airlines, right? Software fault, people died, right? And we also heard that last couple of years, Boeing, right? 347 had several crashes also. There is a lot of software related issues. People can die if you don't test a specific functionality, a specific product feature. And if it goes to public, it can be a big loss. Also, some banks, financial industry can lose millions or billions of dollars in less than an hour, actually. But we'll go there a little later. So you see that all of this industry, right? All of this domain or industry, they are actually creating QA role all the time. They need help from QA all the time. And this way, every day, new QA roles are opening in the market. And I'm sure this is just the beginning. Last 10 years, it improved, it just went high and high. And another, if you have proper skill set, you don't have to worry about if this trend will go down or not. Only one thing is going to be changed, maybe the tools, right? Maybe 5 years ago, we used some specific tools. Today, we are not using that specific tools. There are more modern version of tools, new tools are coming in the market. So sometimes you need to be up to date with the market. But if you have a full-time role, most of the company use very specific tools for a long time. They usually don't change overnight, because you have 10 people working on these specific tools. If you want to change these tools, there is a big change. You need to actually provide specific training to all of these 10 people. You have to buy these new tools, new license. Your structure will be changed. So this is not actually a quick process. Any company change their tools, this is a long process, couple of years, it takes time. A lot of training requires a lot of skill sets, new hires. So it is very stable. So QA role is right now is very stable in the market. So all you need proper skill sets to do the job. And also you need some specific professional behavior that you need to survive there also, and also to do this their job also. So now, as I said, when there is a project created, right, how these projects will be actually moving forward. So I just said a little bit about hiring and building a team, right? So now company decided to hire like 10 people for this project. And there are multiple ways, right? They can go through full-time role, right? Some company will be hiring, okay, if they hire 5 QA, right? They will hire 2 full-time and 3 contract. So that, okay, if these 2 full-time will be always with their team, and then other 3 maybe, okay, if they need 12 for 12 months, after 12 months, maybe they don't need these 3 additional QA. So they can actually change their expense, their budget, and they have some room there. So full-time and then contract. So as I said, if some company hire 5 QA, maybe 2 will be full-time, 3 will be contract, or maybe 3 will be full-time, 2 will be contract. And what is that contract? So contract and full, both of them will be working 40 hours a week. The timeline will be exactly same, but contract will have, okay, they will be signing some contract for 12 months only. So after 12 months, for example, so if you are working with some XYZ company for 12 months, after 12 months, you can be looking for a new role. Or maybe if this company likes you, they can offer you to become a full-time role. So you can become a full-timer after these 12 months. Most of the time, this thing happens after 6 months or 12 months. If they like you, if they see that, okay, you know your job, you can do the testing they needs. So if they are happy with you, they will offer you. They will offer you, we have an opening. You want to be a full-time? If you want, you can apply and be part of our team. So this is full-time. So another thing is sometimes contract to full-time or contract to hire. So they will hire you for 6 months. And then after 6 months, they will evaluate, okay, if you are doing the stuff correctly or not, if you know the job. As I said, if they're happy with your work, they will say, okay, you can become a full-time if you want. So this is a full-time to hire, or means contract to hire or contract to full-time. So then you have contract, as I said, and then some company hire part-time also. What is part-time? Part-time means, okay, they will be hiring only for like 2 days or 3 days. Part-time role actually is less job opening for part-time. Most of the opening for full-time and contract. But all of them are in the market when you will be looking for a job. So now, and all of this role, so all of this role can be done or can be processed with direct company and also third party. So third party means some recruiting agency. There are recruiting agency like, okay, Tata Consultancy, like Infosys, Excelas, and a lot of things, a lot of company, they are third party. Okay, so they will be working with some company and provide the employees like worker, right? So basically third parties, they hire people and then they work with other company. So basically when you work with some third party, so paycheck will come from this third party, not from the company. For example, if you work for Chase Bank as a contractor, so there are two types of contractor. There is Chase Bank direct contractor, or there are some third party contractor. So if you work for Chase Bank contractor, that will be direct, and then your payment, right, your check or paycheck, your salary will come from Chase Bank directly. Now if Chase Bank, okay, Chase Bank is working with Infosys recruiting group, and Infosys is giving that contractor, so then you will get money from the third party Infosys, for example. So this way, all of this role will be working, but this is future. So I'm talking about now after 4 months. I'm just talking about after 4 months. So when you will be ready, you will be part of one of these options. You see that? Mostly one of these three options actually: full-time, contract to hire, or contract. These three options will be possible option for all of you once you are done with the course. So now these also some high level you already know. So what is that project team? Remember I said a product will come to some company, and to build this product, there will be a project team, right? And project team will have several people like these. QA, right? We are actually targeting this role because every team has QA and developer. So these two will be working together to build the product. Everybody will be working together, but they are directly testing everything. Development team is building the product. QA is testing the product before it goes to public. And all of the middle layer, like project manager, scrum master, business analyst, they are kind of middle layer. They are like moderator. They are communicating with everybody to complete the process successfully or perfectly. But these two person, QA and developer, will be the key to role actually to build the product. And end of the day, this is the product owner. He or she will be saying, okay, she likes it or not. So product owner will have final say, because product owner is kind of providing the money to build the product. So you will know more about this in the future class. Now, what is the expectation actually? What is the excuse me, sorry. What is the expectation during the onboarding actually? When you are hired, and then what will be your possible day one actually? And what is your actually responsibilities as a QA? So onboarding process, right? As I said, a job opening approved by a company, they publish to media, to publish job portal. You applied for this job, then you are pre-selected for the interview. There will be a 1 or 2 interview. And then after interview, they like you and you are hired, right? They will send you offer letter, and there will be some quick background check, like most of the time the criminal background check, right? And there will be some other process reference, like they will call you from your previous experience, like anybody you know. This is onboarding process. This is like when you are hired, and during the transition period, right? So all of this background need to be passed and basically then successfully, and then you are ready for day one, right? There is a lot of paperwork. This is onboarding, means there is a lot of paperwork. Means you are providing the right information and they're checking, okay, those are right or wrong. Now, onboarding is done. You are just joined to the company. So you are part of the team. This is your day one. So you will never get a task that you need to do on day one. So day one will be very much that, okay, introduction with your team. So meet your team, know each other a little bit, know your company a little bit, know your environment and culture in the company, right? So first thing, for example, so all of this I'm talking, this is kind of after 4 or 6 months, right? So I'm giving you all the process where your QA role is coming. Before I start actual role, I'm just giving you all the details. What is the expectation? What is the actually process, and how you need to be prepared. So on day one, right, you will meet your manager. So you will probably, right now everything is online. So you will be meeting through maybe Zoom meeting or WebEx meeting or Skype or whatever they use. Teams meeting, Microsoft Teams is another one. First meeting, maybe it will be face to face. And you will have a lot of other meetings. As you saw yesterday's class and before class, you have daily stand-up meeting, right? That will be every day. Maybe in the daily stand-up meeting, your manager will introduce you to other team member. That is your day one. So day one will be introduction, just introduction. You don't have to worry about anything. Be confidence, professionalism, just be professional. There are, maybe you will not get your laptop first 1 week. A lot of company needs 5-6 days to provide you laptop because they have to configure this laptop accordingly with your role. So some of the expectation from you when you go to your work on day one, so you have to be professional, right? Your behavior, right? The way you talk, the way you communicate with your team members, so they should be professional, right? um, your communication and professionalism will be going side by side. So you have to know the communication style uh, that is follows that will be followed in your company or most of the IT industries, most of the company. So you will be learning those. We will be giving those type of tips all the time. You can always ask question to us, what you should say in this scenario. For example, uh, if on day one somebody asks you, uh, what was your role in your previous company? So you will have your resume, right, ready. So you know your resume before going to job interview, right? Exactly same thing you can summarize. So also, you don't have to go through so much details. Uh, this is not interview actually. This is just like introduction. So very quick introduction. And on the day one, just say just hello or just welcome. So you basically you are just giving a very small introduction about yourself sometimes, and proper way, right? You don't have to be shy in front of people. There will be only like 4 or 5 or sometimes maximum 10 people in the group. So professionalism and communication is number one skills for a successful QA role actually. If you have less skills, you can survive actually. Sometimes they will give you enough time to understand skills, know the skills, understand the product or all the process. But everybody will be expecting these two. Any company you go, they will be expecting you have proper knowledge about professionalism, knowledge about communication. Um, there are a lot of word, don't use any slang word or don't talk with anybody that somebody like will get offended or anything like that. Like a lot of style language you should not use in your public environment or professional environment. Know your role, right? Know your role means you are going to be part of the team. So you already had interview, you already know the role, but make sure that, okay, what is the role about? So know your role means, okay, will you be part of automation team, or what type of tools you will be using, you can know from day one, through communication, right? Ask your manager, your team lead, what type of model they use. Every company has different type of model. Remember, Joel Weiss said sprint, uh, agile sprint. Some company will be using 1 week sprint, some company will be using 2 weeks sprint, some company will be using 4 weeks sprint. So your company probably has a specific criteria, specific role, but you will have enough time to know this stuff, right? Day one, nobody will be saying that, okay, can you do this? Nobody will say actually. If you are hired as a full-time, they will give you like a month to know all of this, at least a month. Sometimes they will be giving you training also. So you don't have to be panic. You don't have to be like nervous. Nervousness is common. A lot of people are just nervous first few days. But this is true.
I have a question.
Yes.
Not is not every company give training?
No, not every company will be giving you training. But if you say your manager that, okay, these tools I did not use in my projects recently, can somebody give me a demo? Can somebody give me some training? So basically your manager will give you some mentor. They will work with you a few days and they will show you everything that, okay, for example, some tools, for example, you are using Jira for project management tools. You will know about Jira later, but I'm just giving you a name. And you never used Jira in your previous project. You use some other tools, similar tools. So somebody from your team will be working with you and give you demo, give you some knowledge transfer session, work with you, and then you can ask them any question. So training will be not official, but somehow you can ask for training all the time. If you don't know anything, communicate with your manager, communicating with your POC, right? Point of contact, whoever is your point of contact. Maybe your lead, right? You are hired for as QA analyst. Now you have a lead, right? Who is actually your point of contact, and your lead will be communicating with manager. So communication is number one actually. When you are a QA, you will see end of the day actually 60% job is actually communication in the future.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically we are like, get training for the QA, not for the development, right?
No, this is not a development role, but there is another thing in QA. There is another role called SDET. So this is SDET is whoever has a strong knowledge in coding. So this is 100% automation role. So that will be very similar to a development role. This is actually QA role, but is little bit of development side QA. So this training is mostly targeting for the QA role. So the materials will be providing, you will be learning next 4 months. So that will actually prepare you to become a QA. So anything like QA engineer, QA analyst, lead QA, senior QA, whatever you say about this, like you are targeting actually, okay, I'm going. you are targeting this role. These are all
So
the
if-
different
if
roles,
I-
and
if-
also this role.
Sorry. If I want to become a developer, I can like learn later on. But first role I have to be on QA, right?
No, you can go directly to development role. You don't have to be a QA, but we also have placement for junior developer also. So for first timer actually. So you can actually talk to Joel Bhai about if you want to become a developer, because
This is
he
my
has
first
some
time.
other program.
This is my first time. I want to just like know the knowledge, like what
Oh,
what is
okay,
the
okay.
first one, what is the second step, what is the third step, So that's why I'm just asking.
Oh no, this is a different question, because so you have to first make a decision yourself, right? These two roles exactly kind of same. They are doing same testing, for example. QA and UAT, there are sometimes you will be hired both QA and UAT. So this is a testing role. So in testing role, you are not actually building anything. You are testing. You are using different type of tools. Sometimes you will be using programming language to test, but you are not actually building anything. The responsibility to build the stuff is this group, development team. So development team will be actually building the stuff. You are checking, these two groups are checking their end product. Whatever development team is building, these two guys are checking. So now you are asking, what is the steps? So this is totally independent. There is no dependency. You can directly go to development role if you have programming knowledge, good programming knowledge, or most of the people who want to be QA, because probably they don't have programming knowledge, probably they don't have computer science background or IT background. So these two roles, right? You don't need IT background from education, for example. But these, you definitely need programming knowledge. So
Yes,
this
I got
is
it.
kind
Thank
of
you.
your individual decision. Okay, I want to be a developer or not, or I want to be a QA. This is a easier way to get into the team.
For the beginning.
Yes. Yes. So if you are a QA now, if you have time, you can get some courses like additional programming language courses. And maybe after 1 year or 2 years, you decided, okay, I want to move to development team, or I want to be a developer. So you can always have an option, actually. This option will be always open for you. So did you get the answer?
Yes, I got it. I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a beginner, so for me it's definitely QA. So I just want to know. That's it.
Okay,
Nothing.
okay. No problem. No, this is a good question because we have some students, they have IT background, or they are from information technology, or some students also did computer science also. So sometimes this is confusing for them. Should we go for development role, or should we go for QA role? So the answer is the QA will be easier for them always compared to development role. And as I said, development role, you need to be a little bit more expert on your coding knowledge. But here you don't have to be expert on coding knowledge or anything. You need to know the process properly. Okay, so if anybody has any other question, you can ask. Okay, I was there, right? So I was talking about the expectation or concept you should be familiar with before going to your work on day one, right? So as I said, communication will be always important, because you can actually easily survive if you have these two skills. You can communicate with your team. They will always help you. One thing I saw, in IT industry, everybody is helpful and everybody will be really, really nice to you. Nobody will be actually bothering you if you do your work actually. So
I have another question.
yes,
If
sure.
someone, if someone like understand proper English but can speak properly, so it's not a problem. Like English is not a problem on like on that base, right?
No, English will not be a problem. So even there are a lot of, you will have a lot of co-worker. For example, you have co-worker offshore. They work in maybe India, they work in maybe Brazil, they work in maybe some other country. So every company, so like most of the big companies, right, have different type of team. They have onshore and they have offshore. Onshore means anybody works inside United States, and offshore means anybody works for the company from outside of the United States. But there is another rules actually. Any United States based company, they just cannot hire everybody from outside to save money. So as far I know, maybe 70% employees need to be from United States. So that's why there is a lot of queue opening, because if there was an option for the companies, they would go to other company and hire with cheaper price, right? So this is another thing. So
No,
yeah, so
why I ask you the question, because you keep saying like communication. If someone like cannot speak English, I mean English, so how they gonna communicate with other person? So that's why I just asked the
yes,
question.
so communication means, I'm not saying you have to talk a lot, some basic understanding of English. For example, if you are asking some question, like another student asked if they will be giving you training or not. So some basic English you definitely need, but I'm saying it doesn't have to be like it's a good speaker or good English writing. Like this is not like English 101 in college, that they will check every single comma, every single
I understand. Now I understand. All right.
yeah, basic communication. You have to ask some question, right? You have to ask some questions. That one. Yeah, and if you do communication, you can solve a lot of stuff earlier actually. And everybody knows that like team has this diversified team. Not everybody is from United States maybe, and not everybody actually grew up in United States. And this is a known issue, and this everybody actually are okay with that and welcoming other speakers also. We have a lot of, for example, in my company, sometimes we cannot understand. There are like few speakers sometimes in the meeting, but they are actually in big role. They're like in big management role, but they're not from maybe United States. But it's not a big problem as long as you can explain properly.
Understand the work, and I can explain everything like what.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope everybody understood the different type of hiring role process, right? That, and where is that team as a QA, and this onboarding process, right? And what is the expectation on day one? So now there are some other concepts, right? As a QA, so you should have this knowledge, like what is a daily stand-up meeting? So daily stand-up meeting will be every day, any company you go. It can be maybe the first meeting, it will be the first meeting at the beginning of the day, maybe 9:30 a.m. or 10 a.m. Some company has 9 a.m., right? Depending on the time zone. So you should know that, right? What is a daily stand-up meeting? But you will know more about this next class also. Every single meetings, all the styles. So daily stand-up meeting is the shortest meeting, quick meeting, beginning of the day, there is only 3 questions will be asked. Only 3 questions will be asked and you will be giving this answer. So first question will be what you did yesterday. Second question will be what you are doing today. Third question will be, do you have any question or do you have any showstopper? Means anything actually stopping you to do your task. This is the only 3 questions every company you go will be asked during daily stand-up meeting. Sometimes your answer will be only 5 seconds. That I reviewed document yesterday. I'm reviewing document today also. I don't have any question. 5 to 10 seconds, you are done. Now, sometimes you probably have a question, you did not understand this part, then you can ask this question because everybody will be there, like product owner will be there, business analyst will be there, development team will be there. So usually this is no more than 15 minutes long, actually. Sometimes your meeting will be done in like 5 minutes. Those other meetings you will know actually in the future class also. This has a lot of details, styles. So now when you are hired, right, after for example, completion of the course or training, and then you are going to market and you will be hired in some company. So there are 2 scenarios actually.
Sorry, I have another question. After complete the course, do I get a certification or any certificate from you guys, or I don't need any of those?
Excuse me, sorry. Yes, so yes, so as Joel Bhai said, if you successfully complete with all the homeworks, projects and everything done, Dedicated Tech will provide you a certificate or completion of the course. So yes, you will get the certification. And after 4 months, as you know, that you will be going through interview process also. Okay. So, okay, any other question from anybody else?
For the interview, like you guys gonna take the interview or like the other companies?
No, you will be actually in the interview. So we will be preparing you for the interview. For example, if they ask you what is a daily stand-up meeting, if you don't know the answer, right, you cannot give the answer. So we will be preparing you the way that you already have the answer ready, and you just will be providing the answer to whoever asking you.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So you will be well prepared. You will be ready for the interview.
I have a same question. Are you giving the demo interview to us or?
Yes. So demo interview means this is called mock-up interview. We will be actually practicing with you guys multiple mock-up interview before going to real interview actually. Because interview is a big process, right? Interview, a lot of people are shy. When they talk, they actually cannot talk properly. They're very, very shy, a lot of people, right?
Nervous as well.
Nervous, yeah. Shy, nervous, yeah. So yes, we will be always helping and make sure you are prepared before you go into real interview actually. Yeah, you will be having several mock-up interview with us. Any other question?
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so this is the scenario where you will be hired actually in a company. So if you are hired, you will see 2 different situations. You will be hired in a brand new project. What is brand new project means? So some brand new project from day 1, you will be part of the team. But there is another scenario, okay, the team already started the project. Now, all of the sudden, somebody quits, somebody resigned. Some QA actually just left the job and moved to another company, or maybe they did not realize this job is not for one QA. They need actually 3 QA. So after like project started, middle of the project, they will be hiring another 1 or 2 or multiple QAs. So this will be, you will be part of existing project, and first scenario will be you are part of new project. So this is 2 scenario we will be facing in the future when you go to job market. And now everything, right, is about requirement. So if anybody joined our Saturday session or last week session, can you explain me what is a requirement actually? Can somebody explain me? So this is actually everything about your role. QA role is all dependent on this word, one word, requirement. Can somebody explain me what is a requirement?
Is it the checklist where it indicates that what needs to be done in the project?
Not really. So requirement is not the checklist. This can be the wish list actually from the product owner. So what is that wish list? Remember I said last Sunday, okay, now you are a multi, okay, so you are a new businessman, so you did really good and now you have a lot of money. So now you want to build a car, right? Remember I said on Sunday that, okay, so you are the product owner of this car. So you are going to Toyota or Honda or Tesla company and saying that I want to build a customized car. So you have a list. You have a list about the car. So you said, okay, I want a car. That car will have 12 cylinder. That car will be maybe metallic red. This car will have 2-door. This car will have all the latest technologies, everything, right? Is saying that this car has maybe bulletproof window or glasses or windshields. You see that all of this information you are providing, that what you want on this car, 2-door, 12-cylinder, bulletproof glass, high technology, any latest technology included. All of these informations, right, are requirement. So requirements are wish list from the client, from the customer. So in the future, when you go to work, right, you will heard this name, client, right? Clients means kind of owner of the product, maybe customer. So your company's customer. You are a customer for that IT company. You are maybe a product owner that who will be providing all of these details. All of these details, right, you are providing to the company, to the project team, is coming from you, right? And you are the owner, and those details are your wish list or your demand, right? Whatever you are demanding, that, okay, I want this, I want this. End of the day, when your team, project team, builds this car, right, there will be a test drive, right? Test drive or something. Your product owner will come after maybe 2 months and will check if the car has 2-door, if the car has 12-cylinder, if the car has bulletproof glass. You see that all of these testing checklist based on your requirements. So somebody will be checking this, right? Before product owner check this, right? There will be a middle group of people, and this group of people means development team will be building this car, but QA team, right? There is a QA team. QA team will be testing that each of these wish list, that if this car has actually 12-cylinder or not, if this car has 2-door or not, if this car has bulletproof glass or not. This testing will be done through QA. And then for bulletproof glass, right? QA will not probably go with a hammer and just break it. They probably will have some specific tools to test. So you see that they need some specific tools to test some specific criteria, right? And maybe they will, they have maybe another requirement. Okay, you can drive 140 miles per hour at least. So to test 140 miles per hour, you probably need some kind of runway, right? You need some specific environment. You just cannot go to some local street and check if you can drive 140 miles per hour. So you see that all of this setup, right, will be done through QA. So requirement, end of the day, is everything. Your requirement, you have to work, all the work as a QA will be done based on requirement. So if you don't follow requirement, it doesn't matter you are working 90 hours a week, everything will be a waste of time. You work overnight, you work whole day, but if it doesn't go with the requirement, if it doesn't follow the requirement, end of the day, all of this work is just waste of time and company will be losing money. So requirement is everything.
Basically, we have to give the clearance that the product is ready or not.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Basically, we have to give the clearance that the product is ready or not, like, to hand over.
Yes, yes. So you are giving clearance means you are approving the development work. So development did excellent job, they always do excellent job. Doesn't mean this is the right product actually. Your developer may be the #1 developer in the world, but it doesn't guarantee that, okay, he did the right thing. He can be #1 in the world or in your company, but your developer can do mistake. Everybody can do mistake. So you cannot trust just like personally anybody. So testing will be like, is a process, is an individual process. It is a and there is a process. Also, process is not that you are making the process actually. This testing process is actually provided by, for example, American Software Association or International Software Association. So by the way, you can actually take a certificate from American Software Association. This is called ISTQB, International Software QA Association Board, something. So all of our instructor actually took this certification. So we have the certification. So they have some guideline. So Software Association, and this is like 40 question multiple choice. So if you know the process, you don't have to be a QA. You can just take the certification. This is like $250 exam fee, and is online based 40 multiple choice. Out of 40, you have to get 28 right. Means I think 65% need to be right. Then they will give you a certificate. Okay, you know the QA process. Excuse me. Okay, so that QA process, whatever we'll be talking next 4 months, it's not actually coming from us. Means coming from us means not coming from myself or Joel Bhai or Mohsin Bhai or Socrates, who will be our instructors. This is coming from the guideline from International or American Software Association. So this is a standard everybody follows. This is a standard everybody follows. So this is a common standard. Maybe your company will be, some company will be using tools A, another company will be using tools B, another company will be using tools C, right? Maybe you are driving Toyota, I'm driving Honda, another person is driving maybe Nissan. Doesn't mean anything, right? End of the day, they are driving they are following the same rules, right? They're following same traffic rules. So similarly, right? Doesn't matter which company, what type of structure they follow. End of the day, they are following the standard. They are following the standard, and you have to know those standard, how you test, and what mentality you should have during the testing. How you should be very, very detail oriented. So requirement analysis, you will see next few days, will be a key factor. Means anything you will be doing as a QA coming directly from requirement and the requirement analysis. So requirement analysis is number one task, actually number one task as a QA, because your role, your job always starts from the requirement. And if requirements you understand correctly, that means you are on the right path. If you have wrong understanding on the requirement, means you will be testing based on wrong conception, right? So this is a complete communication based task. A requirement can have only 3 lines, and these 3 lines, probably you will figure out you have 20 different questions on these 3 lines. So these 20 questions you have to ask specific person. Maybe you have to ask product owner. Maybe you have to ask this question from business analyst. Maybe you have to ask this question to development team. Whoever asks, they're supposed to give you the right answer before you move on. So requirement analysis will be number one task, and actually one of the most important tasks as a QA, because everybody will be QA and will be working from the requirement analysis, and this will be your kind of Bible, or your whatever, like you say, you always will be checking requirement to do anything actually. So now I can do some maybe case study, right? How this actually works. So you know what is wish list now, right? What is actually requirement? This requirement has many names. Different company will be telling you different way, like the wording will be differently. So now the common name is requirement, and probably whoever was in this class yesterday, you heard story. So story, in some model, in some software testing style, requirement will be called as a story. Maybe story 1, story 2, story 3. Same thing as requirement 1, requirement 2, requirement 3. Now another company, you will go, maybe they will be telling, okay, FSD, for example, or TSD. I'm telling you what are those actually. So what are those actually? Functional specification document. Just the different name, but end of the day they are actually requirement. TSD, technical specification document. So if you think about naming, you have to know those namings, because end of the day in the interview, sometimes they can ask you, have you ever analyzed technical specification document? Now, if you don't know this term, how you'll be answering? So that's why even requirement has multiple names. It can be just simple BRD, business requirement document. It can be just use case. So use case 1, for example. It can be also requirement. These are multiple names, but end of the day, they are all same. It depends how much details inside these. So probably requirement can be a simple like 5-line requirement. Story can have maybe just 5-6 line story. Functional and technical specification will have little bit more. They will have little more details. They will have little bit more details. Okay, exactly what will be happening. Okay, so requirement can have, okay, I want a car with 2 doors. Now, this functional requirement document can have, okay, I want a car with 2 doors that will have automated glass opening, lock, or something. So some specific more details there. Means you are actually adding more details here. Simple requirement will be converted to some more with more details, and then you will be actually adding more stuff here. Technical specification document. So what is technical specification document? For example, you are saying, okay, I want to create a website where all the customers can come and subscribe to us. Now you are saying subscribe. Now technical specification document will be saying, okay, exactly how that name will be saved. So for example, I go to some website and say, okay, I want to be part of their newsletter. So now my name will be exactly how my name will be saved. So technical and functional document will have little more details than regular requirement, just plain straight stories. Okay, so now I just want to go to some case study and some example. But before that, anybody has any question here?
No, thank you.
Teach, not about that, but can we get the copy of the things that you have taught so far, please?
So yeah, so this one, whatever, like I'm just outlining or just putting some notes or anything, I will share with the team, with the
Thank you.
everybody. But you will see in the future, like for example, Socrates or another instructor, he created some really good PowerPoint slides about all of this. That will be also shared with you guys. So before going to case study, so now I want to give you some example actually, so that you can do some brainstorming, some requirement analysis from yourself during our 30 minutes break in like maybe after 13 or 14 minutes. So now you all are hired in some company, and today is your sprint planning meeting, and today is day 1 of your project, and all of you got these 2 requirements assigned to you. Can everybody see these 2 requirements?
Yes.
Yes.
So now I am the product owner. I said to the project team that, okay, I want to create a website for my, so for example, so this is kind of a website, you see that? Like something website I want to build for my company. And this website, right? The project name is for now, create a new login screen. This is my new project name, okay? This will be my project name, and through this project, I'm building a new website with login screen. This is my requirement. I'm the product owner. I'm giving this requirement to the business analyst, because business analyst will be taking my notes, right? So business analyst wrote these 2 lines. My requirement 1, create a checkout login web screen, where basically sign in, like forgot password. A new user will be able to sign up and create a new account. That there's a 2 requirement, right? So you understood 2 requirement there?
Yes.
So I said, okay, you have 2 days to analyze these 2 requirement. Now think about these 2 requirement before proceed. Do you have any question about these 2 requirement? What do you think? Can somebody tell that if they are ready for testing?
I don't understand the question. Can you repeat it again?
So, okay, so my question is, you are hired in a company and you are the QA. These two requirements are assigned to you to do the QA testing. So you will be QA to test these two requirements. So how
I have a
you-
question.
Yes.
Did the developer make the code already to test?
Nobody did anything so far. So today is the day one. Development team also got this. They will be building this. This is their task. Building is their task. You will be testing these two.
So we will have a sprint grooming meeting or planning meeting. I'm confused about.
So you are right now in planning meeting, but definitely you need grooming meeting also in the future if you have a question about these requirements.
Tate, if I remember the previous classes, by the time the developer creates the code, that's the time as tester, we make the requirements, right? The test scenarios and the test cases.
Yes.
Yes, so right now we have to make those requirements ready.
But
so
That's what you're asking us to do right now.
Not requirements ready. I'm saying test planning is ready, like test cases.
Test planning, sorry, I forgot the term. Test planning
is
ready.
Yes,
Okay.
but before doing test planning, you make sure that you are understanding these two requirements correctly.
Yeah, I got that. I understood. I got it. Thank you.
Okay. So do you have clear understanding in these two?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I say you will be testing, so how you will be testing actually? Do you need additional information actually?
We are doing it for the tests will be for if it's gonna go for manual testing for how many people?
Okay, so let me clarify a little bit. So this requirement, for example, I'm not even actually just okay. I don't need this, for example. I'm just, for example, you just got this. This is actually gone. You don't need this.
Okay, just the first one.
Just one requirement I'm just thinking at this point. Okay. So create a checkout, login screen, sign up, forgot password. So now, so this is a sample they gave you with the requirement, for example. So you can clearly see here, right? There is a username, there is a password field, right? And you need this. So now, as a QA, you have to be very, very detail oriented. And what does that mean actually? So you saying create a login website or basically sign up, right? You are signing up, right?
Yeah, that's the first thing. Before login, we have to make the
Yes,
sign up
you have
form.
to sign up.
Yeah.
So do you have enough information here to sign up actually?
No.
No,
I don't
we
see
have to.
actually a picture to sign up here actually.
Yes.
So first thing, you definitely need a mock-up screen where you can see the screen about the details. You don't have the details actually. This line doesn't have anything to test. You have nothing. At least maybe 10 lines with the details are required. Now,
if nothing like have, so how can I test then?
that's what I'm saying, the communication. You will be asking to the team, I have this question. Can you provide the answer? Can you give me a mock-up screens that will be similar to the real website? Another thing, I'm talking about now, sign up. I'm not talking about login, right? Delete the login and delete, okay, sign up and forget password, for example. So if you sign up, you need to create username and password, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did
Right.
I say what type of username and password will be?
No.
No.
You have to
No.
ask this.
First we need to make a account. Then we can get the first name, last name, or
Yes,
number.
but I did not say, okay, username can be 8 character long, or username can
Yeah.
be
What are the
number,
criteria?
username can be email address or not. You see that, like, you see that how I'm going through actually the thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I got it. What actually you are trying to
So you
understand.
have to be very, very detail oriented. Somebody just gave you a line and say, just test it. You cannot test actually. There is a lot of other information you need to make the test plan, to write the scenarios. You will actually see this more details in next class, but I'm just showing you where actually this detail oriented, or where is that critical thinking is coming here. It is a very easy process, but you have to think correctly. So now sign up. You don't know what type of characters will be accepted when you create a password actually. Password can be only 4 character long, or 8 character long, or 16 character long. You don't know actually, because you need this information here, because when you test it, you need this information. When you write proper details to test, your testing approach need to have all of these details actually. Okay, you are creating a password with number, you are creating a password without number, you are creating a password with special character. So all of this information actually should be going there. Now, what other information you need? Can somebody tell? Here, actually, you are a QA, right? But end of the day, you will be creating more requirement for the product owner. You are helping product owner to create additional requirement, additional stories. So how can you actually create additional stories? So sometimes you are a QA and you are actually will be behaving like a product owner also. Means you will be adding up new requirements for the product. So if you believe something will be helpful for the customer, you can suggest product owner, and product owner will be appreciating your suggestion, and he or she will be adding this as a new requirement. So can you add a new requirement here? Can somebody tell?
Maybe first name, last name, email address as new requirement while they're signing up at the mockup screen.
So
And maybe some extra characters.
okay, yes. So one of the thing you can also ask your question, if you ask the question, then it can be clarified and it can be adding as a new requirement. So now when you create a new, when you sign up for a new account, so a lot of company nowadays do the CAPTCHA validation. You know the CAPTCHA validation?
Yes.
You are
Yes.
a robot or not, something like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you need this actually for this? You can ask product owner. Product owner can be, okay, say, okay, this is a good idea. I can add this. So another question is, okay, so you are giving an email address when you sign up. It did not say anything, okay, when you log in or when you sign up a new account, you should be getting a confirmation email to your email address. This functionality is not written here actually. So this is a simple line, but usually you will not be getting like this in real work. You'll be getting like few more lines, but I'm just showing you that, okay, sometimes this can be simple line, but as a QA, you have to do your critical thinking and you have to just be careful and just see from user's point of view that, okay, if you are the customer, how you will see if this is user friendly or not. So you have to always think from user's point of view, not from development point of view. So what user wants and means product owner, right? Also how it will help this product owner for their business also. So now if there is a username and password, forget password, sign up. So you need probably another screen, right? You said here, forget password. You probably need another screen that will be for forget password. This is just the sign up screen, right?
Yes.
So another question actually, your product owner actually still not decided, or you did not see here that, okay, he or she said, will it be a apps or it will be a like a web application or web, just website. So your apps will be like, okay, another thing, your website that you are building, it will be supported by desktop or mobile app also, mobile device. You see that you have to ask this question, because nowadays most of the people use mobile device, right?
Yes.
So you are not maybe using laptop or desktop, you probably using mobile, right, devices. So you don't know if this functionality requirement 1 will be applicable for your desktop or mobile, or just mobile only or desktop only. So this is an open question. You don't have the answer here. You have to ask this, because you have to write your test cases or test scenario or testing approach. Anything you have here, based on this, you will be writing testing. There are few other questions you're supposed to ask. There are other question means, okay, sometimes you have some website that will be applicable for only, okay, Chrome and Safari or Firefox. Maybe Internet Explorer will not be supported. You see, there's a lot of browsers, right?
Yes.
So those are kind of part of your critical thinking actually when you analyze a requirement. So you always have to make sure that your requirement, this statement is correct, but to do proper testing, you need additional details. So if the details are not in with the requirement, you always have to ask the right person. Business analyst always is the number one, the first person to ask, and business analyst, and then maybe development team. And then if business analyst cannot give the answer, you will directly ask to product owner. I think, okay, it is 12:33. So I will take like a break, right? Then we'll come back at 2 o'clock, not 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
As we said.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. So take your break and come back at, right now it's 12:34. Yeah, come back at like, I'll start.
Teach, you close in the middle of the class. Is it done?
It's not done. We have 30 minutes break and then we'll be doing the second part.
Oh, what a shame. Okay.
Or maybe in the future we can actually revise this. I don't know, this 30 minutes break is too long for most of you. Actually, I have to talk
Oh,
to
that's
them.
good. We can take the lunch break. And I have one more question. So we go into the same link?
Same link, exactly same link.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Or I will just keep the meeting open. It's just whoever join.
It's better to keep the meeting open. So, all right.
Okay, okay, sure.
Yes, Shantu, keep the meeting open will be better for them. Yeah.
Okay, okay.